Yeah.
What was your healing journey like? Obviously, it woke you up after the accident. Were there times where you wanted to quit and give up and didn't have hope? And who
Yeah.
pulled you through?
So there's definitely some of my darkest times. But what's funny is I've always been pretty positive, right? I've always had that positive mindset. And even in the hospital, I was in the hospital for about 2 months. I remember the nurse asking my mom, was he always this like positive and like go lucky and happy? Like the
Mm.
dude, they told me I'd never walk again. The right side of my body wasn't working from the strokes. I couldn't move my arms, my leg wasn't working, and I was just always positive about it. And so that's one thing. And I had a nurse also tell me, which has really stuck with me, is I get to. On
Mm.
my dark days when I didn't want to do something, or I was, oh, I have to. She's like, no, you get to do this. And so that right there switches your mind, where now all of a sudden you're starting to think positively. You're like, okay, oh, I get to do dishes. Okay, no, I get to do these chores. They're all the things, from those little things to all the big things I get to. And then all of a sudden I get to go to work. I get to live in my house. I get to do this. I get to make a decision to change today. I one small decision at a time. And my big secret was the unconditional love of a dog. So as I was coming out of a coma, I was in a coma for about 6, 7 days, and my parents promised me a dog as I was waking up, and that's one of the only things I remember is okay, I get a dog when I get out of the hospital. And so we found a German Shepherd, Millie, and she didn't care about my past. She didn't care who I used to be. She just knew who I was today. And that actually helped me even walk again. I remember pushing on my wheelchair and she was pouncing, and I would be, not supposed to be able to stand or walk, and I'd push and I'd try to play with her. And so those were my happy days in that, right? To celebrate that unconditional love with her, and have her be there for me. And now that can be in a dog, a family member, a friend, but having that love and support was my game changer. That's how I made it through some of my hardest days, is to stay positive, and one step
Mm.
at a time, small, just one decision, one little thing,
Mhm.
and then it snowballs, and
Yeah.
your life changes.
Mm.